In my current role at Laing O'Rourke within the Engineering Excellence Group, I'm the lead of construction 3D printing innovation. And so I lead our small group, Freefab, and my focus or remit is really about developing innovations in construction 3D printing technologies, inventing those technologies, seeing those through to development and implementation within factories, and then really thinking about how these technologies can be used within construction and transform the industry. There are so many different elements to the problem, from the development of the materials technology, a specific wax to be used with the technology, developing our own software for guiding the robot and doing the processing of the 3D printing and milling. But then there are other areas such as the recycling of the wax, understanding what the applications were and making sure that the process was capable of that. And then there's the interaction with different collaborators, from materials scientists to robotics engineers. Some of the problems that we came up against in the process were limitations in capabilities. For instance, where we were looking to mill panels of wax, the time to mill them was quite long if we were to use traditional methods, and the team developed methods of vastly reducing the time by taking a different approach. I think that collaboration is absolutely important. I mean, you can never have all of the skills that you need for a project. If you're really trying to push the boundaries, you'll rarely have all the skills needed. And so collaboration is absolutely important, because you can bring in skills and different mindsets of other people that help you solve problems. I think the important thing is to be able to, I guess, speak their language, but also to be prepared to investigate and to push into their field, so that you understand exactly what you're talking about when you're talking about a problem with them, and you're able to talk about it in language that they understand. Part of the advice that I would give would be that you're not necessarily limited to one profession. So I started out in interior design, went on to architecture, and then became an inventor. And all of those are linked, and I think that the design process is very similar between all of them. And so those skills that you learn in one profession or in one area can be applied in others, and often you can be quite innovative in the application of design thinking in different areas. When I was finishing school, I didn't do particularly well, and so I didn't feel like I was good enough to be an architect or bright enough to be an architect, so I went into interior design. I then later went into architecture and did very well at that, and went on to do a PhD in the particular field that I chose, construction 3D printing. My advice to students that are looking to study in design or engineering at the moment is that really the future is astoundingly bright. The way that you'll work in the future will be very different to the way that professions work today. But I think also doing your own experimentation and exploring your own enterprise can also be a great way of challenging what you do and learning what you're good at.